The dazzling lights of Broadway hid a much darker, more dangerous investment opportunity for organized crime. Luca Mancini watched from his tinted town car, seeing not art, but a perfect machine for laundering money. Producer Marcus Thorne desperately needed a new angel investor to save his struggling musical, Velvet Rope. Luca's offer was too generous for Marcus to refuse and too dangerous to question. Meanwhile, talented dancer Eleanor Vance dreamed of her name in lights, practicing late into the night. She landed the lead role in Velvet Rope, her life's dream finally coming true. But the show's finances were a mystery, with unexplained cash infusions and strange new associates. Vinny Rossi started showing up backstage, his presence a silent, threatening reminder of the new management. Luca began using the theater's sold-out shows to clean vast sums of dirty cash through fake ticket sales. Eleanor, staying late, accidentally overheard Luca and Marcus arguing about a massive cash shipment. Luca noticed her, and his cold stare promised that her discovery had not gone unseen. The next day, a stagehand who asked too many questions about the finances was found badly beaten. A terrified Marcus warned Eleanor to forget everything she saw and heard for her own safety. But Eleanor's conscience wouldn't let her ignore the corruption and violence festering within her dream. She decided to gather evidence, secretly photographing ledgers left open in Marcus's office. Vinny, growing suspicious, began to follow Eleanor whenever she left the theater. Luca decided the show was now a liability and planned to burn it down for the insurance payout. He ordered Vinny to plant accelerants in the basement after the next performance. Eleanor, hiding in the light booth, recorded their entire deadly plan on her phone. She knew she had to get this evidence to the police, but Vinny was blocking every exit. Her heart pounding, Eleanor slipped into a costume trunk, hoping to wait him out. From her hiding spot, she heard Luca order Vinny to find her at all costs. As the final curtain fell, the audience's applause masked the sound of arson being set below. Smelling smoke, Eleanor burst from the trunk into a chaotic, panicked backstage. She fought through the crowd, not towards the exit, but towards Marcus's office. She found Marcus destroying financial records, a guilty look of sheer panic on his face. "We have to stop them," Eleanor yelled, but Marcus was too paralyzed by fear to move. Taking matters into her own hands, Eleanor grabbed a fire axe from the wall. She raced down to the basement, where flames were already climbing the walls. She spotted the main gas line feeder, the source of the accelerating blaze. With all her strength, she swung the axe, aiming to sever the burning line. The pipe burst with a terrifying hiss, cutting the fuel source and causing the fire to sputter. In the sudden change of pressure, a beam fell, trapping Eleanor in the basement. Outside, Luca and Vinny watched the controlled burn fail, realizing their plan was compromised. Fire trucks and police cars screeched to a halt, their lights painting the street in red and blue. Detective Sarah Miller arrived on the scene, immediately sensing the fire was no accident. Firefighters found Eleanor coughing in the basement, the heroic dancer who stopped the catastrophe. As she was given oxygen, Eleanor whispered to Detective Miller, "I have evidence. It was arson." She handed over her phone, the video of Luca and Vinny's plot clear and damning. Detective Miller issued APBs for Luca, the suit, Mancini, and Vincent Rossi. Luca and Vinny abandoned their car, melting into the shadowy maze of the city's underworld. Under police protection, Eleanor provided every detail, linking the arson to money laundering. Detective Miller unraveled the scheme. Fake sold-out shows washing millions in dirty cash. Marcus Thorne, arrested at his home, broke down and agreed to testify against Luca to avoid a life sentence. With his empire crumbling, Luca knew there was only one way to silence the witnesses for good. He used a hidden network of contacts to discover Eleanor was being held in a safe house on the outskirts of town. Under the cover of night, Luca and Vinny moved towards the safe house, armed and desperate. The police officer guarding Eleanor's door was taken out by Vinny with a silent, brutal efficiency. Inside, Eleanor heard a faint scuffle and then an ominous silence from the hallway. She barricaded the door just as Luca's shoulder slammed into it from the other side. Grabbing a lamp, Eleanor stood ready to fight for her life in the small kitchen. Detective Miller, monitoring the safe house feed, saw the breach and screamed for units to respond. Sirens wailed in the distance as Luca finally shattered the door and stormed inside. He cornered Eleanor, but instead of fear, he saw defiant anger in her eyes. "You tried to burn down my dreams," she said, "but you only made me stronger." The sudden roar of engines announced the arrival of police SUVs surrounding the house. Vinny, outside, was quickly subdued and tackled by a swarm of tactical officers. Luca knew it was over. He dropped his weapon and surrendered with a chilling, calm smile. As he was led away in cuffs, he locked eyes with Eleanor, a silent promise of unfinished business. The next day, the headline read, "Broadway's curtain call for crime boss Mancini." At trial, Eleanor's courageous testimony sealed the fate of Luca and his entire operation. Luca, the suit. Mancini received a life sentence. His empire finally dismantled for good. The historic theater, saved from ruin, was renovated and reopened with a grand new production. Eleanor Vance, no longer just a dancer, was named the new artistic director, her dream reborn. She made a vow to ensure the arts would never again be a front for crime and corruption. Detective Miller visited the new show, a silent nod of respect passing between her and Eleanor. The velvet rope was now a symbol of integrity, not of exclusion or criminal enterprise. As the orchestra swelled for the opening number, Eleanor knew her true purpose had been found. She had not only saved a theater, but had reclaimed the soul of Broadway itself. And under the bright, honest lights, the show went on, forever free from the shadows.